Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
And welcome
back
to
a new episode
of
Hello
and
and
Listening.
Listening.
Hello. Let's talk that way the whole podcast and see if people...
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
What are you up to?
What am I up to?
Not you.
Oh, the people.
Talking to the people.
Okay, let's let them answer. Hey, guys, what are you up to?
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do that.
I would do that.
I would not do that.
Why wouldn't you
Because
do that?
it's illegal. You should never do that to an animal. An animal. An animal.
An animal.
Yeah.
An enema?
You should never do that enema to an animal. Yeah.
Anyways, we're not drunk, I promise.
No. Today is an interesting day.
The past few days have been interesting.
No, but today has been very interesting, I think.
Why has today been very interesting?
I don't know. Nah.
Well, that's it.
No, it's not. It's not it. So, we don't have a topic today.
We don't. We just thought we would get on and talk and see what comes out.
We might have put a title on, to capture attention, to clickbait you. So
if you're coming in to this episode thinking, reading the title and thinking, oh, wow, that sounds super interesting. We probably aren't talking about that.
We should put the title we solved world hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Or we
you can get backlash for that. It should be something like we lost €1 million in the lottery.
Nah.
Or
the
lottery, not the lottery. Gambled. We gambled it away.
We received the honorary peace. What is it? The Nobel Prize. Yeah.
For podcasting.
Bullshit. No. Los. Look, everybody. I don't know if you've seen it, but we have a new,
Picture,
podcast art.
You call it picture?
Podcast cover picture.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. And you never know. You would never think that it was not made by us. I mean, maybe you are.
Maybe you would.
Maybe you knew it.
If you know my artistic abilities, then you know it's not made by me.
Yeah, I'm not that great in drawing something that nice. But
unless it's a penis.
Yeah, I can actually make a very nice looking penis with shading and veins. it's something. Yeah. No, but it was actually made by an AI.
Yep.
Yep. I used, what is it called? Midjourney for it. And I've been playing with Midjourney, I don't know, for a year now, on and off. And I thought, we should change it up a little bit. And since the first iteration and then the second iteration, I think I'll post something on Instagram so you can look at the iterations of the podcast cover. The first and second are pretty similar in terms of color and in terms of, look and feel.
Mm-hmm.
But the third one is a little different. And thanks Joe to our Patreon.
Thanks, Joe.
He actually asked him, since he's our Patreon, he, get little perks of seeing things first. And so he got to see the podcast art, and I asked him for his opinion, and he said he liked it. So thanks, Joe. It's your fault that we changed it.
So guys, if you don't like it, blame Joe.
Right. Blame him. No, I like it.
I do too. I really like it.
I wanted to go for something a little different. And the thing is, I was also thinking about taking pictures, like actual pictures, like nice pictures.
I wouldn't like that.
And making that, I know that was a reason why I didn't suggest it.
Because we would never find a picture that I liked.
I don't like how I look on this picture.
Yeah, either it's a bad angle or I have Jim Carrey face or,
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. That's not an insult to Jim Carrey. I think Jim Carrey's a very, very attractive man. But sometimes in pictures, I like see his face in my face. And so I just call it Jim Carrey face. And it doesn't suit me, which is why I don't like it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways,
It's my
in
life.
case Jim Carrey's listening to this podcast.
Yeah, right. He's like in his house. He's one of the 10 listeners.
Yeah.
No, actually, the thing is, and that could be an interesting insight to all the people. I looked at like all the countries that are listening, and it's kind of interesting. So first of all, the United States are like up there with 40%, which is kind of nice. Yep. Obviously, it's English. We're talking American, right? We're talking right out there, American.
Almost.
America. Guns and bitches and hoes.
Wow.
And cars. And the second country is Austria. Servus.
Yes.
Danke. Which obviously is also not a surprise because, you know, I'm Austrian. We are in Austria. Yeah. And
what?
Yeah. And the third one is the United Kingdom.
We were in Australia. What?
United Kingdom. Third one, which is also not that surprising. But
yeah, I was going to say it's not super surprising.
I'm going down a little bit, but then there's like Mexico, Canada, Nicaragua, Vietnam.
Cool.
What the fuck? Brazil, Belarus, Czech Republic, like a lot of really cool countries. So thanks to all you people listening.
It's all me.
You just change the VPN.
Yeah.
But there's another cool, the platforms I don't care about, but the age. So if you people want to know what kind of people listening to the podcast, so between 18 and 22, that's 10%. That's okay. Most people are between 28 and 34, so our age. 33 to 23 to 27, is 33%, which is also a lot. Yeah. And I think that's also pretty interesting because it was a little different a couple of months ago, even a year. But the gender, so we have females 73, which is I think that's not bad. We produce, I wouldn't say female content. We produce
periods and vagina and
tampons and Barbies and shit.
Barbie.
I don't know. The male audience is 21%.
Which is also kind of surprising to me.
It was way lower. It was lower. And then non-binary 2% and non-specified is 4%. So, yeah. Yeah. I think that's an interesting...
But it also makes me wonder in that 73% of female and the 23% male.
Yeah.
It also makes me wonder, how can they know?
Based on their profiles on Spotify or...
Yeah, but... You can't. I'm curious. I bet that not all of those people identify as
obviously not. It's a direction.
So I bet it's even more wide spectrum.
Sure. So if there might be missing a few percent, or it might be a little too high, but overall it's an estimate. That's a nice thing.
So you're saying we should talk about more dick?
Dick. Girthy dick. No, we don't have to talk about dick. We can talk about Richard.
Or Johnson.
I like my...
Or Willie.
I like me a Johnson. Okay. No, but...
This episode is nonsense.
No, it's not. So, let's come to a serious topic. What's happening in your life? What's happening?
Well, we're not going to go too crazy into this, but essentially, where I work, I have lovely coworkers. We're like really, really good friends, and which you don't get everywhere. So that's one of the reasons why I've stayed as long as I have. I love my job. I love the patients. I love my coworkers. But the working environment with my employer is a little tricky sometimes and a little frustrating or a lot frustrating. And none of us really feel like we're paid well enough. None of us really feel like, I don't know, we're not being treated the way we should be treated for what we do.
Yeah. You're saints in hell. No, not hell.
Not in hell.
Not in hell. In a concentration camp.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. No, you're doing way too much for the amount of gratitude and payment you receive. Yeah.
But we love working together so much, and we love the patients, so it's worth it for the time being. But essentially,
So essentially, you're saying that the last couple of days have been a little tricky and hard.
the last few days have been especially tricky,
Yeah.
to the point where it's almost where I've gotten to my breaking point, and the situation that has arisen has even made my coworkers come to their breaking point. And so,
Sure.
yeah.
We talked about toxic work environments and toxic people, friendships stuff on an early episode way back. And I mean, the thing is, especially in a smaller company, and you're basically free employees, you hear and see everything, and you talk, obviously, and everybody knows everything. So if one person gets gets treated unfairly, not untreated fairly. Makes no fucking sense. Gets treated unfairly, or something happens to them, or, you know, everybody knows, obviously, and everybody talks, and that brings down the whole fucking vibe.
Yeah. And it's, I feel very, very grateful this evening because my coworkers really stepped up. Like, really stepped up.
Yeah, to pay them.
You don't get that everywhere. I've never had an experience where coworkers are so close, and I've never had an experience where you all care so much about each other.
Yeah.
And they basically completely rescued the situation and made it clear to my employer that what is happening is not okay.
Yeah.
And which it was not okay. And they completely stepped up and basically turned the whole thing around. And I'm unbelievably grateful for that, because I'm a little speechless, quite honestly, about it, because you don't get that everywhere.
Yeah. The thing is, you don't have to be friends with your coworkers. It's nice if you are friends with them, but when it comes to being treated fairly and being, when you see something that happens to one of your coworkers, colleagues or whatever, stepping up and saying something might not be the best for you, because then, your boss knows something, or knows that, puts you on a list, essentially. But at the same time, I think it's the right thing to do, and not a lot of people do that. A lot of people just shut
it's
up
essentially
or not
putting
say
your
anything.
own job on the line.
Sure.
To stand up for what's right and stand up for your coworkers.
But at the same time,
amazing.
I think if you have value in the company, if you are an asset to them, you have not only the perks to do so, but also I think it's also kind of your responsibility to step up and say, hey, the way you treat that person, the way you talk to her, them, they, him, whatever, is not right. And I think especially coming from a valued employee, someone who is very much needed in the company, makes a huge difference.
Yeah. I mean, the coworker who really, really stood up, she's been working for him the longest out of all three of us, and has known him for a really long time. So he tends to listen to her and like take what she says really seriously.
Yes.
And
Yes.
she really
Yes.
said how it is.
Yes. Yes. Yes, she did. Yes, she fucking did.
So I feel like the story is a little bland without the
No.
context behind it, but
That's fine.
I don't want to go too much into
No,
the
it's fine.
context.
It's fine. Nobody needs to know.
But yeah.
Everybody can think about what happened or what not happened.
But so I had a really this has all happened within 4 days.
Yep.
4 days. And I'm just like 3 days. And the
Tuesday.
last 3 days
Yeah,
have just
Tuesday.
been absolute hell on earth. And I've been livid and shaking with anger and frustration and
Yeah.
yeah. Feminism.
Sure.
I mean, it plays a. Let's just. That's the most context that you need, really. Feminism and discrimination plays a massive, massive role
Yeah.
in what's happening. So.
Yep. Yep. It does. It does.
And for anyone who knows me, that stuff just gets under my skin, as it should. But
Sure.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's been happening this
That's
week.
been happening. But
I've-
hopefully, as of this evening, it's more or less resolved. Not to say that things are totally just going back to normal, but
Yeah.
resolved in a, I don't know. The majority of it is resolved.
Also, I wanted to say, like, switch up the topic now, or the theme. I just want. I mean, we talked about it in the first episode of the year, I think, or the last one. I don't remember, but we've been doing this for. It's coming up soon, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
In I think February, it's been 3 years, and
Yeah, I think so too.
yeah,
Because March was the first lockdown, and we had already started the podcast by then.
the poetcast.
Podcast.
Yeah. 20 February of 2020, 26.
February 26th,
6 of 2020.
2020.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was the first
Of
episode.
2020, 26.
29, 26, 28. Yeah. So that was the first episode introducing Hello, I'm Listening, which is not true. It was our story part 1 and then our story part 2.
Yeah, and that was translating love.
That was still translating love until way, way later. I don't remember when we... Wait, let me look at it quick. So, saying no, blah, 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 blah. No. The last episode of Translating Love was 2 years later. Almost on the point,
Almost on the date.
actually. That's kind of funny.
I feel like we remembered that, though. I feel like that was on purpose.
Really?
Because we had been talking about wanting to change things up.
Mm-hmm.
Because we'd been and we said we've
Oh,
been
yeah, I
doing this for
remember,
almost 2 years, and
yeah.
we want to do something different.
I remember.
So I think it was kind of on purpose.
Yeah. But yeah, since basically episode 88, we have been doing Hello, I'm Listening. So it's coming up to a year now.
That's so crazy. 88.
Yeah, it's crazy. That was so long ago. And we're now at 124,
That's so
25.
nuts.
26. It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy to think how many conversations we've had with just think about, that's a lot of conversations. And besides the fact that we completely repeated an episode once without realizing it.
Nobody cares.
But besides that, I don't think we've repeated too much. We bring back some things, but we don't, we try to have new, genuine conversations every time. And
Yeah.
I think we do that.
And the fun thing is that we had some really cool guests in the last couple of episodes. And yeah, we have a really, really cool guest coming up next week, which I'm so fucking excited about.
Me too.
This is going to be a banger. And that's actually the thing I wanted to say earlier. Coming back to my thought. But I just wanted to say that I'm very thankful for all the people listening. You know, that's not something, that's your time that you're gifting to us.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you're doing right now, cooking, driving, working out, fucking, whatever, you know. Masturbating. Come on, you can finish. Yeah. They repeat it. They repeat that part. Yeah, no. But I'm very thankful to everybody, and I'm more thankful. Like there's this baseline thankfulness, and then there's this superior thankfulness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to all the people who actually subscribe and come back, because, you know, that's also not something that is.
I would say I'm equally thankful for those people because I don't want to come off like an asshole.
No, I'm not saying.
I'm superior. It's a superior thankfulness.
Maybe I'm double. You know, you get a second
extra
thank you, an
thankful or
extra
something.
thankfulness.
So
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So, thank you to a second thank you to all the people who come back to listen to more than one episode, who are constant listeners, who are, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I sadly just realized like an hour ago? Because all of this stress the past few days, I just completely forgot. As of today, I'm in Austria for 6 years.
Yeah. Danielle has to do her German course.
I think technically tomorrow is when I arrived, but I moved. I left to move here on the 26th.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
So much has changed in the last 6 years.
6 years.
Mm. You're still annoying as heck.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to do your German test soon.
Yeah.
Yes, I can speak the German. Yes, yes. Listen to me. I can speak the German.
I'm just going to go in with my Austrian dialect.
Yes.
Yes.
Ja, ich bin die Danielle.
Geht's dir denn?
Ich hab einen Deutsch-Test heute da, ja.
Deutsch.
Da drüben muss ich mich hinsetzen. Ja, passt. Wo ist denn das Zettel wer? Na, ich hab einen eigenen Stift mit, danke.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Gehalten Sie die Groschen. Ich bin noch nicht fertig mit dem Test, Depperte, Alter. Yeah. They go in there like, okay, you're integrated. You don't have to do the test anymore. Yeah.
Automatic pass.
Here you get the Rot-Weiß-Rot card, or like even the citizenship.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I have that in a couple of weeks. I have to do it for my visa. I have to renew my visa again this year. And if I want to get the 5-year visa, right now I have the 3-year visa. If I want to get the 5-year visa, I have to prove another level of German, which I will easily pass because I'm doing a level that's what they require, but I'm probably much better than that level. So,
yep. Exactly.
Yeah. But I'm still going to be nervous as hell when I take the test.
Yeah, I make sure you will be.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's nice.
You're welcome.
I did the practice test, and on the entire test, I only got 2 things wrong.
While Googling everything.
No, you can't Google things. You can't move away from the screen when you do the practice
You can
test.
use a phone or...
But I didn't, because I have integrity.
Sure, you do. Integrity.
Integrity Farms.
Integrity weed. Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it, too.
I'm sorry for not preparing any other topic that might be interesting to you. We should talk about the Oscars, but in a separate episode.
Let's just do it. Are we doing that again this year? I want to do that again this year.
Yeah, I want to see a slap happening live. That was the reason. I was so mad that I didn't see that live. I woke up and saw it, and I was like, God fucking damn it.
I mean, it was your tradition, and then I joined in on your tradition. But when I moved here, Voifi would always watch the Oscars live. But for us, it's like 3 a.m. or something. Yeah. 2 a.m, something like that. 2
a.m. until 6, 4 hours.
Until 6, yep. And it's from a Sunday to a Monday for us, I think. And so we'd always like get our snacks. We would get snacks, and we would wake up in the middle of the night to watch the Oscars.
Yep.
And it was so fun. Yep. It was so fun. And then with COVID, we didn't do it because the Oscars were all weird that year. That was the first year we didn't do that. because they were weird that year because everything was online and
I think
it wasn't
so, yeah.
as fun to watch then. And then last year, for some reason, we just didn't
No,
do it. I don't remember
I
why.
don't remember. I think I had to work.
Maybe.
Something was work related, and then we didn't do it, and
Maybe.
or I was sick. I don't remember.
But I want to do that again this year.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Subscribe. Follow us on Instagram.
Rate the podcast.
Rate the podcast. Review the podcast. You can write a short little review on Apple, and share the podcast if you like what you hear.
Sharing it is one of the best ways to help us, quite honestly.
Yeah, it's like
It really
one
is.
little share in my Facebook story, share in my WhatsApp story, share in my Instagram story. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Woo.